Hi, welcome back. Rich and Charlie here with Operation Legacy Light to My Path coaching series covering exercise 8 today, life purpose and mission statement.
Thank you, Rich. On page 130, when you think about your life's purpose and the mission is how you'll get there, stop and think. If we were to ask you right now, what is your purpose on this earth? What do you think your answer would be? What is your purpose? Why are you here on this earth? See, a lot of people don't think about that. They think about their jobs, they think about what they do for a living, their hobbies. But when you ask them, what is your purpose? Why are you on this earth? A lot of times people really don't think about it and don't know. As we, one point in our lives, didn't know. But a purpose, when you have your purpose and you know that you're following your purpose, whether it's a God-given purpose, whether it's your own purpose, hoping that God is helping you through your life's journey. When you have that purpose, life is very, very exciting. Have you ever been on a job where you knew your capabilities were much greater? Your enthusiasm might be much greater, but you just weren't happy there. You weren't fulfilled. Well, that's the way I want you to think about your purpose. Our purpose, I'm going to read something here to you. Our purpose and mission is the foundation of our lives and our future. They can be seen as providing our North Star or our compass for where we want to go.
That's excellent, Charlie. God has purpose for us. He created us to help with His purpose, and we can have different purposes. One of the things that He says in Romans 8:29 is, "For those God foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son." So we know that one of His purposes is for us to become more like His Son.
Right.
And He tells us how to do that throughout the Bible. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. So there again, it's reinforcing us to have plans. Right. And may He give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Psalm 24. So when we're in line with God's plan and our desires are aligned with His desires, this is actually an exciting journey, and it's something that's going to be very fulfilling to us. Right. Not only to us, but to others around us. We have definitions of purpose and mission on page 130. To propose an aim to oneself is our purpose, and the mission is to the act or the instance of sending out or achieving that purpose.
Right, exactly. Thank you, Rich. One of the other things under mission and purpose, your purpose statement summarizes what will be the center of your life, right? The purpose. And when you have God in your heart, and leading you and helping you through your life's journey, your purpose then becomes a little more crystallized. Purpose actively clarifies what you will do rather than just exist, right? So when you think about your purpose, you really get excited about life, and it just may not be helping yourself and your family or significant others, but it'll be helping others as well.
Yeah. And I do, as you were mentioning before, I enjoy asking people the question, finish this sentence for me. My purpose in life is, and then I just wait and see. You often get glazed over, deer in the headlights, or a lot of times guys will just tell you what their job is. Oh, my purpose in life is to be an accountant and to make money or to provide for my family. And hey, I haven't really thought about that too much, And what purpose do you have? What purpose do you think God has for us? These are the kinds of questions that enable us to introspect a little bit, to think a little bit below that waterline of what it might be. There's no shortage of scriptures in the Bible. Page 132, we have many of them. And it talks about, having perfect peace when our minds are steadfast, when we know what our plans are. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. The purpose of a man's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. So we make plans. We identify what our purpose is. We identify what God's purpose is for us. And then He opens the doors for those plans, and He provides opportunities. He provides paths to go forward. He closes some doors, but will always open another door for that.
Right. Thank you, Rich. One of the other things that we want to leave you with, as we're talking about purpose and mission in life, is that think about think about some rough seas, an ocean out there, the water's a little rough. You're in a large sailboat, so you feel somewhat safe, even though they're rough waters. A sailboat has a rudder, and the rudder helps you steer that boat. Your purpose in life is like having that rudder or the North Star. If you don't apply it, especially if you think the Lord has given you that purpose in life, if you don't apply it, it's like not having a rudder. And the point is that you meander through life in rough seas, just letting the winds take you wherever the winds will take you. Well, that's not a person with purpose in life. And so you can control what that purpose is. You just have to listen. The Lord speaks to us in many, many, many ways. And in many, he gives us many signs. And all we have to do is just be aware and be in tune to those messages from the Lord, because the Lord wants the best for each and every single one of us.
That's right. And then we can validate it and confirm it in His Word. And we've put out many of the scriptures in here that you can use for confirmation, because the takeaway for me, Charlie, is I can identify my own purpose. And I can say, this is my purpose based on what I know about myself. And hopefully I have a more effective purpose because I've gone through my coat of arms and my future vision. I know a little bit about my personality, my gifts and talents. So I'm identifying a purpose that utilizes all of those. Now, God has a purpose, and He also has a purpose for us. So the more I can learn about Him, the more I can understand what His laws are and what His promises are that never change, can I integrate my purpose with His purpose. The closer they are together, I believe the more successful I'll be and the happier I'll be. And when we get to this reflection, it was really written to kind of turn the tables on reflection. What does it mean to God that I have a clear mission and purpose? Mm-hmm. And we are children of God because we're Christians, so there is meaning for Him that we have a clear mission and purpose, and as we learn about Him, it can become one with His. And I think that's really what we're striving to achieve at this point in the exercises and in the book. And that's where I leave the takeaway for myself.
Yeah, no, that's good, Rich. Thank you for that. The takeaway for me is, as Rich and I and Joyce were writing this book, I continuously told Rich, it seems like the Lord has His hand on this project. And it took us a couple of years to write it. But you know what? In those 2 years, and we were working full time, and we had families full time and doing other things. But my point is that the book seemed to be written too easily. And so I just feel in my heart that the Lord had His hand on this. Yeah. So our purpose now is to help every military person make a successful transition from military to civilian life. If you're a veteran from Vietnam or other wars in between Nam and now, and you've been out a while and you're struggling and you're still in a transition phase, have faith that the Lord will guide you through. And this is a tool, just simply a tool. We're a conduit for the Lord's work in helping you. And that is our purpose, is to continue to help and create an environment and a thought process where you're empowered and you can start helping yourself. We don't want to feed you today. We want to give you the information where you can feed yourself for the rest of your life.
Thank you for that, Charlie. So in closing, if you go through these questions, you really think about it, pray, journal. It can change as new opportunities open up in the future. All of this is very dynamic because God is dynamic. And we are dynamic. We're made in His image. He's a creator, and we are made to be creative. So can you believe it? If they get through this one, they've actually completed step 3 of the 5 steps. Right. And they're just moving right along for the life plan of purpose, meaning, and happiness. Thank you for joining us, and come on back. We're going to be getting into step 4 and exercises 9 and beyond, talking about attitudes, tools, resources, and really starting to hone up your action plan. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and God bless.
Stay tuned. There's more to come.